All right, ready to dive in. Today we're tackling market design. How do companies make products that seem like they were made just for you?
Yeah, it's really interesting how companies seem to tap right into what we want, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, it feels like magic sometimes, but it's not magic, it's strategy. And that's what we're going to unpack today using market design, influence, techniques, branding, and technology as our guide.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so first things first, you got to know who you're selling to, right? The target market. Like think about gaming consoles.
Okay.
PlayStation, Xbox. I mean, those are practically designed for like teenagers and young adults.
Definitely.
All those features, super high quality graphics, processors that are crazy fast, tons of games. It's all super carefully picked to appeal to that age group.
It's like textbook market segmentation, right?
Yeah.
You're taking the market and slicing it up into these pieces. You've got teenagers, you've got professionals, seniors, everyone. And then companies build products to meet the needs of each of those little segments.
So it's not just about making a product, it's about knowing who you're making it for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you think about like smartphones, a teenager is going to want something totally different than someone who's, working a 9 to 5 job.
Oh yeah, totally.
Teenagers, they're all about the latest social media apps, right? And the camera. Gotta be amazing for selfies.
For sure.
But someone who's focused on work, they're going to be more worried about productivity features, a battery that lasts all day, good security features, things like that.
Okay, so companies really are putting thought into what we need and want when they design stuff. That makes sense. But how do they actually get us to, go out and buy it?
Ah, well, that's where the marketing magic comes in, right? There are a ton of strategies companies use to, well, influence our decisions.
Like what Apple does. I mean, they create so much hype around their new products.
Oh, yeah.
Their ads are always so polished. They have these big launch events. Celebrities are using their phones. It's like everyone wants one.
That's social proof at work right there. You see someone you admire using a product and suddenly you want it to. And, it makes you feel like you're part of something, part of the trend. It elevates the brand too,
Yeah.
makes it a status symbol.
Right. Yeah.
But it's more than just celebrities, right? Apple's ads, I mean, they're everywhere and they're not just pretty. They really highlight what makes the product good and they build up this image for the brand.
Yeah, it's like they're selling you this idea of a better life, a cooler life, just by having their product.
Exactly. And they use
Yeah.
everything, right? TV, online ads, billboards, you name it.
Hmm.
Plus, there's social media. Companies are all over Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, talking directly to people, sometimes using influencers to promote their stuff even more.
It's smart. They're adapting to like how we get information now
Right.
using the platforms that everyone's already on.
Right. And then there's good old-fashioned discounts and deals, limited time offers, bundles, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Creates a sense of urgency.
Exactly. Makes you feel like you got to get it now or you'll miss out. Like those back-to-school tech deals, suddenly you feel like you need a new laptop.
It's true. I fall for that every time.
It's all about tapping into that desire for a good deal, even if you didn't think you needed it before.
So we've got, okay, figuring out who you're selling to, building something they'll like, and then using marketing to get their attention. But there's still something else, right? Branding.
You got it. Think about Nike.
Okay.
Their slogan, "Just do it," that swoosh logo, you see those anywhere and you know exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's the power of brand recognition. But it's way more than just a logo or a slogan.
Right. There's got to be more to it.
Think about why you might choose Apple over another brand. Is it just because it looks nice? Or is it something more than that? Maybe it's that the quality is always good, or that their products are easy to use, or just the overall feeling you get when you use them.
It's like you trust them. You know what you're going to get with Apple.
Exactly. And that trust, that loyalty, it comes from consistent branding. When people feel good about a brand, they're more likely to keep buying from them.
So it's about building a relationship with the customer, not just selling them something.
Exactly. It's about having an identity, values, things that people connect with. And that can give you a huge advantage, especially when there's so much competition. Look at Tesla.
Okay. Yeah.
They're the top dog in electric vehicles. And it's not just because of the cars themselves, it's the image they've built. They represent innovation, being eco-friendly, the future of driving.
So a good brand isn't just a marketing trick. It's like part of the company's whole strategy.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild how these things that seem so simple can actually have such a big impact on, what we choose to buy. We've talked about a lot, the target market, marketing, branding.
Right.
But I feel like there's even more to this market design thing, right?
You're right. There's another big piece we need to talk about. Technology push versus market pull.
Okay, I'm listening. All right, technology push versus market pull. So, like, are we talking about two different ways to make a product?
Yeah, think of it as like a tug of war. On one side, you've got technology push. That's when companies take the newest technology, the latest advancements, and they build products around that.
So they're kind of pushing the limits of what's possible and then seeing what people think.
Exactly. It's like, imagine scientists invent this like super fast microchip, and then they got to figure out, okay, what can we do with this? What awesome products can we build?
Okay, I can see that.
Like smartphones, they're a perfect example. Every year there's a new model, right? Faster processor, better camera, new features like facial recognition. That's all technology push.
It's like they're saying, look what we can do now.
Yeah, and sometimes they come up with stuff we didn't even know we needed. That's kind of the cool thing about technology push, you know? It can lead to like totally new innovations that change everything.
Right, right. Like think about 5G.
Exactly. 5G is pushing the limits of internet speed. It's going to change how we use the internet, lead to all these new devices and apps. It's pretty wild.
It's a game changer for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's technology push. But what about market pull? You said it's about listening to like what people want.
Right. With market pull, companies focus on what consumers actually need, what problems they're having, and then they build products to solve those problems. They're not necessarily using the newest tech. They're more focused on meeting a specific demand.
So less about showing off what they can do and more about giving people what they're asking for.
Exactly. Like, think about eco-friendly products.
Okay, yeah.
People are more and more worried about the environment, right?
Yeah.
And companies are responding to that. They're making products that are sustainable, eco-conscious, reusable water bottles, biodegradable packaging, even electric cars. It's everywhere now.
It's like they're paying attention to what people are saying online, what
Yeah.
the trends are, what people are worried about.
Yeah, they do a lot of research, looking at social media, trying to really understand what consumers want. Another good example is plant-based meat.
Oh, yeah, that's getting huge.
Right. More and more people are choosing plant-based options for their health, for ethical reasons, for the environment. And companies are making like amazing plant-based burgers, sausages, even chicken nuggets. It's crazy.
So it's kind of like the consumers are driving things with market pull. They're saying what they want and companies are listening.
Exactly. It's like a big feedback loop. But I think the companies that do the best are the ones that find a balance between technology push and market pull. They're pushing the limits and paying attention to what people want.
Makes sense. So they can't be like too focused on the technology or they might end up with a product that's, I don't know, too advanced for most people.
Yeah, like Google Glass. Remember that? Super innovative, but it just, it never really took off.
Right, right. It was ahead of its time, I guess.
Totally. And if companies only focus on market pull, they might fall behind, They won't be innovative enough.
So you got to find that sweet spot, be creative and innovative, but also make sure people actually want what you're selling.
Exactly. It's like being a chef, right? You can make the most amazing dish, super fancy, technically perfect. But if people don't like the taste, what's the point?
It's all about the customer in the end.
Right. You got to know your audience, understand what they need, and find that perfect mix of what's possible and what people actually want.
Wow, we've learned a lot about market design today. Target
Yeah.
market, marketing, branding, now technology push and market pull. It's like we're seeing how it all works behind the scenes. But where do we go from here?
Well, now that we know how market design works, we can start looking at the products we use every day in a new way.
Okay, yeah.
It's like having a secret decoder ring, Now we can understand why companies make certain choices, why they market things a certain way.
I like that, a secret decoder ring. So we've learned the language of market design. Now we got to go out and decode the world around us.
Exactly.
All right, so I want you to think about something like a product you really love, something you use all the time, something you couldn't live without. Got it. Okay, now put on your market design hat, your detective hat, and let's try to like figure out the story behind it.
Yeah, let's take everything we've talked about today and apply it to that product you're thinking of. Who's the target audience for that? What need does it fulfill? What problem does it
And
solve?
what about the marketing? Could you like remember any ads or anything that got your attention? Do they use any tricks to make you want it?
And what about the brand itself? Do you get any like feelings or associations when you see their logo? Is it a brand you trust? Why?
And think about the product itself. Was it something Was it made because of some new technology, like a technology push thing?
Yeah.
Or was it more like, people wanted it and the company listened and made it? Market pull.
Yeah, chances are it was probably a bit of both, right?
Probably. Like mixing those two things, technology push and market pull, that's how you get those products that are like really successful.
Right, hitting that sweet spot. By looking closer at the products we use all the time, we can really start to see, all the forces that shape our choices. It's pretty interesting when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It's like we've got this superpower now. We can see how market design is working all around us.
And that's what we're all about here on the deep dive, right? Helping you see the world in a new way.
So we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into market design. We've covered a lot, from target markets to branding and everything in between.
Hopefully it's given you a fresh perspective on how products are designed and marketed to us.
And remember, keep asking questions, keep exploring, keep diving deep. There's always more to discover.
Until next time.